You read the title, see the thumbnail, let's admit it, the version 2.8 of Wuthering Waves is really not that bad. Some may say it doesn't exceed their expectations, or maybe it's a bit underwhelming. That should underline your statement in a way, as Kuro could have definitely done better for the patch for the players. And I, like many others, do think so. Kuro could have done so much better than what they have delivered. I even stated in my video during the 2.8 livestream. Although I do think most veteran players like myself tend to mesmerize the moment we had in version 1.s, Shangli Yao. And with how much we are lacking in terms of free stuff coming in 2.s, you are bound to expect something to finally be given for free as a reward now that we are closing the version 2.s. And I think that did let players finding the patch a little bit disappointing. I mean, I personally think one free copy of Bullying will not hurt any banner sales at all, and would very much satisfy players' needs, especially if they are planning on putting her in the second half with these older units. I mentioned this in my video as well, that not many people that has been hyped for Bullying probably won't even be getting her, unless you are one of the few players that wanted to pull for Prolova, because then again, Prolova is one of the most meta units in the game currently, and Contrala is the best support for Prolova. It's very much a strategic move by Kuro putting those two together, which means there are people that's gonna be pulling and getting even assist Bullying because they need to pull for 2 units. That is if you have enough currencies, that is. Which, let's be honest, if you are planning to pull on Chisa's banner, you probably won't have enough currencies for these 2 other units and Bullying. And I suppose that's all the valid complaints, the valid reasons I would take that I would accept for those who sees 2.8 as not satisfying enough. Those are just my thoughts, of course, and I would say it was slightly misunderstood, but if you dislike me for my takes on Zani's outfit, fair. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
So I'm gonna be real, guys. Look, it's what everyone was saying, boring patch.
Why?
This is the clip that got everybody riled up, and he is also the same person that rated Prolova's quest 7 out of 10. So that does say a lot. Look, I'm not saying that this patch won't be boring, but if you make a gacha game that you are supposedly to be logging in 10 to 20 minutes a day, maybe even an hour, a gacha game as your main game, then yeah, there are times you will find it boring because you spend too much time on that game instead of logging out of it and play different games. I think that content creators that focus on gacha games specifically, they should focus on more than just one. That way you won't find the game boring. You came by to the game only when exciting things were to happen. But for the patch to be boring, it's very unlikely. This patch, with new stories, new area, with the main event being very focused on combats and exploration, is not supposedly to be a boring patch. Let me talk a little bit about this patch, this event. You guys know Genshin?
Here we go again.
One of my most favorite event in Genshin Impact is this 3-realm gateway offering event, the Enkanomiya event. This event focuses a lot on exploration in the Enkanomiya area. You can progress through it 1 to 3 days, I believe. I forgot about it, it's been a long time, but it was so much fun. You can finish it in just 1 day, you explore, and then you find some chests, and there's a bunch of enemies surrounding the chest. It was easy to figure this out. And there's also a compass that led the whole event for you to be able to receive all the rewards in the area. It was fun, it was a lot of fun. And I see this new patch and this new event focus a lot on exploration. This is what it reminds me of, and I think I'm gonna be very fondly of it. Now, I preach what I say. I think the patch should be a celebration since we're moving ahead to 3.0, to a different region. Therefore, my video for the live stream is that Kuro should think about rewarding the player base for coming this far, right? Now, let me cook, okay? 2.8 is not a relaunch. It is the final patch of the version 2.s. 3.0 could be considered as relaunch. So that means players that came from 2.8 has most likely experienced the relaunch of the game 2.0. So that means these are veteran players that supported the game for at least almost a year. Which is why I believe 2.8 should be just that, a form of appreciation. That was my complaint as to why the patch is underwhelming, and I think that's fair. Is it gonna be as dry as 2.7? Yeah, it's a gacha game that at the end of the day should not be your main game. It's not an insult if people say the patch is dry, it's merely a fact and should be taken very lightly, and you move on and play different games afterwards. But even last patch, that wasn't bad either. It was great. It was an amazing farewell to the region Rinasita, Septimons, and the story was 100% pure effort by the devs. I think everybody enjoyed it. I don't think anybody complained about it, to be honest. Everybody that covered the story have nothing bad to say about it. They may say, yeah, it's a bit of a letdown after Prolova's quest because Prolova's quest is kind of a masterpiece to a lot of people. And bringing Prolova back the character feels inconsistent here and there, right? But other than that, I don't don't think anybody has anything bad to say about 2.7 as a story patch. The story paid off as to why the patch did not produce as much content as past patches. It was without a doubt a good patch, and so will 2.8 be. There has also been some recent news that pop up in my feeds that 2.8 is not going to be a long patch. I think around a week got cut off already, so that means it's going to be a slightly short patch, and I see this as a win, you know. Although I also see it as like, man, we could have just had the extra week and maybe save some airstrikes, but you know what, it's fine because again, the patch don't have that much content aside from the story and events. So having it as a short patch and moving forward to 3.0 faster sooner is good. All in all, the patch is not bad, nor will it be boring. Many will still play the game. The CCs will still play the game. It's not like they're gonna quit the game. 3.0 is right around the corner. The collab patch will be around next year. So the game has a lot of room for growth. I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, CCs complain here and there, but it's not, most of the time, it's not really exactly a hate. It's mostly just giving opinions. I say give it a chance before immediately disliking the video. Please. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.